Hi guys, so welcome back. I wanted to go over kind of fractions with you guys right now, and we're going to start small, and this is going to be one of a many series of fractions videos. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at how to convert between mixed numbers and improper fractions. This is super important for us to understand before we really get started on fraction operations, because a lot of times when we're trying to do a fraction operation, we're going to have to convert a mixed number into an improper fraction to be able to solve. And then in turn, I'm going to have to be able to take my answer, which most of the time is going to be improper, and we're going to have to turn it into an improper or a mixed number, or I have to be able to simplify it. So we're going to start by looking at mixed numbers, and we're going to convert them into improper fractions. So what's a mixed number? A mixed number is anything that's a fraction and a whole number combined. So let's look at 3 and 1/2. So it's called a mixed number because I have both. I have whole numbers and fractions. So if I want to get this into a single fraction, what do I have to do? And what does it mean? So right now, I know I have 3 wholes. Each whole is going to be split into 2 pieces. Plus, I have 1 additional piece in my fraction. So I want to know how many pieces do I have altogether. To do that, I'm going to multiply my denominator by my whole number, because if every whole number has 2 pieces, if I multiply, I'm going to get how many pieces there are. 2 times 3 is 6, and I'm going to put my product right above my whole number. Then I'm going to add the 1 piece left over from my fraction. So the 6 pieces from my wholes plus the 1 in my fraction is going to give me 7 pieces. But the size of my whole doesn't change. So I'm just going to bring over the 2 in my denominator. Okay, so let's look at another example and just work through the process. Let's say I have 5 and 2/3. Okay, so once again, I need to figure out how many total pieces I have when it's split into thirds. So I'm going to multiply my denominator by my whole number. 3 times 5 is 15. And then I'm going to add that product to my current numerator. 15 plus 2 is going to give me 17. My denominator does not change because my pieces sizes are not changing. So I'm bringing over my 3. So 5 and 2/3 is equivalent to 17 over 3. Sorry, I didn't realize you couldn't see. 17 over 3. Okay, so let's look at one more example. Okay, let's say I have 1 and 6/7. Okay, 1 and 6/7. So I'm going to multiply my denominator by my whole number. 1 times 7, 7. I'm going to put that number just above my whole number so we don't forget it. Then this is the number I'm going to add with my numerator. 7 plus 6 is going to be 13. That's my new numerator. And I'm going to bring over my 7. My denominator doesn't change. So I have 13 over 7. Okay, great. So now we know how to go from a mixed number into an improper fraction. But what about the other way? Can we do it? Of course we can. So let's look at a few examples of where they are improper, which means I have the larger number in my numerator, and we're going to try to figure it out where I'm going to get a whole number. So let's start with 7 over 2. So we kind of solved this one earlier backwards, and now I just want to show you that we can get the same way the other way. So when I have an improper fraction, technically I have a division problem, and we're going to use that to our advantage. So this means 7 divided by 2, and I can solve it that way too. So 7 is going to be under my division sign, and the 2 is going to be on the outside. 7 is what I'm dividing, and I'm dividing by 2. So I have to ask myself, how many times can I take 2 out of 7? And I can take it out 3 times, because 2 times 3 is 6. I'm going to subtract that because I want to know the difference. And I'm going to get 1. I'm going to stop here. And a lot of you guys have learned about remainders, but a remainder is actually just a numerator. It's crazy, right? These all things go together. So our denominator is going to be the same. So our denominator is still going to be 2. My whole number is going to be the 3. And the 1 is going to be my new numerator. My remainder is what I have left after taking away my whole numbers. So I have 1 left over. So it's 3 and 1/2. Okay, so let's look through that process one more time. So let's say I have 15 fourths. So I have 15 fourths. Okay, so I'm going to divide 15 divided by 4. So 15 goes underneath the division sign. 4 is on the outside because it's saying I have 4 pieces in each whole. So if I keep taking wholes out of here, I'm splitting it into groups of 4. And I want to know how many groups of 4 there are. So how many times can I take 4 away from 15? And I can take it out 3 times. So I'm going to put 3 is my quotient. 3 times 4 is 12. I'm going to subtract. 15 take away 12 is 3. Now, in here, I have my whole answer. This is my whole number. This is my denominator. And the 3 is my numerator. So then my answer is going to be 3 and 3 over 4. 3/4. So my answer is 3 and 3/4 because my 3 is how many wholes I could take away. And I have 3 of 4 pieces remaining. So I have 3 and 3 of the 4 pieces that I needed to make another whole. Okay, one more time just to make sure. And if you want to, I would recommend taking a break right now, hitting pause and kind of doing a problem with us. So we're going to write down the problem, hit pause, and then see if you can do it and then come back and check your answer. So let's say I have 11 fourths. Oh, we just did fourths. Let's do 11 fifths. Okay, so if you want to, hit pause and see if you can figure out this problem. So this is 11 divided by 5. 11 divided by 5. I need to ask myself, how many times can I take 5 out of 11? And I can take it out 2 times. So 2 is my quotient. I need to multiply 2 times 5, which is 10. And that's how many pieces I'm taking away from my 11 pieces. So I'm going to subtract them. And I have 1 piece remaining. So when I'm simplifying this into a mixed number, the 2 is going to be my whole number. 1 is how many pieces I have left. So that is my numerator. And 5 is going to stay my denominator because my piece sizes haven't changed. Did you get it? Okay, great. Well, if you have any questions, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear if you want any sort of content covered. This is the first of a couple of series, so I'm going to do adding and subtracting, multiplying, and dividing fractions. I hope to see you guys soon and have a great day. Bye.